What's up, ladies and gents? This is K-Sig Kid, coming at you with another Destiny video. Game Informer got their hands on the Taken King, and they released so much information. The internet was abuzz. Twitter, YouTube, Twitch, it was all just pounding with information about what you can do in the Taken King, what it has to offer, all the craziness that's awaiting us Guardians in less than a month. It's going to be awesome. And whenever I came home from work today, I ended up having my own copy of Game Informer laying in wait for me. So I picked it up and read over everything myself. There's so much information, and I just want to get over some of the high points. There's no way I can cover it all in 10 minutes. But I'm going to try to touch on some of the awesome things. If you enjoyed this video, go ahead and smack that like button and subscribe to the channel. One of the big things that Bungie is stressing is story. Story, story, story. And I know they kind of touched on that in The Dark Below, and they touched on it with House of Wolves, that this was going to be one of the big things that they were going to, kind of make a staple as far as their game goes. And honestly, for me, I still didn't pay much attention to it. Because there was no story of note in the vanilla game, whenever I fire up Destiny, I really don't care about what's happening. I was kind of running through things. But I know a lot of people, and myself included, I'm an old RPG Final Fantasy player, and I love story. But for some reason, whenever I fire up Destiny, I don't care much about it. So the fact that there's going to be more story incorporated into our Destiny experience, it does intrigue me. It really does intrigue me. And I hope that it's done well, because I'd like to learn and care a lot more about the players. Whenever I fire up Destiny, it's mainly for the gameplay, because I feel that the responses and gameplay and triggers and everything like that is really tight, and I really like that. So I'm really intrigued about what they're going to do with the story going forward, and it looks like it's going to be a big thing, starting off with a new ghost. No longer do we have Dinklebot. Everybody knows that. We've got Nolan North. That's right. Drake, Nathan Drake, he's coming to voice the ghost. And that should be interesting, because what they're doing, not only is he going to voice the ghost in the Taken King, but he's redoing all the lines from Vanilla Destiny to The Dark Below to the House of Wolves. It's going to be seamless, and it's going to be interesting to go ahead and go back and hear what the Nathan Drake ghost is going to sound like as opposed to the Dinklebot. Now, you can't just slap on new dialogue or a new actor and say, hey, look, now we've got a story. No, Bungie's trying to do something where they're seamlessly integrating story in with gameplay. And I think that's pretty interesting, and that's pretty much the way the games have been going. Not so much with the cinematics anymore, as opposed to, hey, you're playing the game, and here's the story right alongside, right with you, kind of guiding you along. And you can kind of see that with their take on the new subclasses. We've got the awesome Solar Titan, the Arc Warlock, and the Void Hunter. And of course, I'm most excited to get my hands on these subclasses. I can't wait to play on the Arc Warlock. That is going to be so much fun. I can't wait. That's definitely going to be the #1 thing I'm looking for whenever I fire up the Taken King. But what Bungie is doing is they're tying story into that. So we're not just unlocking the subclass whenever we hit a certain level or anything and being like, hey, here you go. Apparently they are tying in subclass unlocking in with little mini levels to let you know and grow with the character. So whenever you unlock your Solar Titan, you're going to go into a couple missions and you're going to say, hey, look, here's this new super ability you have. Now kill tons of stuff with it and have fun. And you're going to learn how this kind of interacts with your Titan, and you're going to learn how to kill things. And that's really what you want to do. It's basically like, not only are you getting a story, but you're getting a tutorial mixed in with it. And you're probably going to need that, because we've got some new enemies to deal with. These Taken enemies seem like they are going to be something significant. So thanks to all our smacking around of Crota, his daddy Oryx got upset with us. And he's bringing some baddies because he wants some revenge. And what he's doing is he's taking our old enemies, ripping them into another dimension, shredding them to bits, and then throwing their husky corpses back at us. But he's giving them new abilities. So you're going to be fighting Fallen, and Cabal, and Vex. But they're going to be Taken versions, which means they have new abilities. And some of them sound pretty rough. For instance, the Taken Captains, they've got a solar shield instead of an arc shield, and they're going to shoot out orbs of darkness that can blind you. Taken Knights are going to have area of effect solar blasts that can hurt you. The Centurions are going to have homing bullets. That doesn't sound fun at all. As if wizards weren't bad enough, now they're going to be able to summon shadow thralls, and scions can split just like multiple man. So instead of facing one, you're going to face two. If there's a burn on it, an arc burn, and they still have that same wave blast, that's going to hurt. Vandals. Vandals are going to get Defender Titan-like shields that they can shoot through. That sounds so unfair. Rude Vandals. So these are just some of the things that you're going to have to face. So thank goodness we've got some new subclasses to go with. And honestly, I kind of think this is going to be an interesting thing for new players as well. Because, we were just talking about story a little bit, and these new awesome subclasses that you're going to get. Well, new players are going to be able to kind of experience all of that, but they're going to be able to experience it also with the old classes. There's going to be something that teaches you about a Striker Titan. All these things are seamlessly going to blend into the original game. They're going to restructure how the story missions are in the beginning of the game. Everything is going to be different. If you never played Destiny before, it's going to be like a whole new experience. It really seems like it's going to be fun, and the only thing that's kind of limiting it right now is the older generation. Obviously, whenever a new system comes out and new games come out for it, you still need to appeal to the biggest audience possible. So it's a no-brainer that Destiny also was released on the Xbox 360 and PlayStation 3. You needed to have that big user base. But going forward, it's definitely going to be PlayStation 4 and Xbox One exclusive, because you just need to take advantage of the current gen systems and everything. For instance, the vault space problem is probably a result of the limitations of the 3 and 360. And Bungie and Destiny are trying to do everything they can to make space. They haven't revealed exactly what they're doing to give us more vault space, but they know it's a problem, and they talk about basically wanting to improve that. So I do think there's going to be more vault space in the Taken King. They talk about the new kiosks. We saw Tess get the boot from the tower already. There's going to be kiosks that let you have your shaders and emblems there instead of having to carry it around. You're going to be turning in bounties that you do. You're going to turn in bounties without having to go back to the tower. Bounties, holy crap, the bounties. They talk about bounties for everything. You've got your PvE bounties, your PvP Crucible bounties, you've got your Trials of Osiris bounties. Bounties are everywhere, and they're talking about how the daily bounties should be able to be done in a day. But these weekly bounties are kind of going to stack on top of each other, and as you complete them, you basically unlock these quests to potentially get awesome legendary or exotic gear. Yes, please. There's going to be more quests for exotic items. How many exotic quests are there going to be? I know we didn't really dig the Bad Juju, Invective, Thorn quests. Those weren't great, so I'm really kind of looking forward to what they might be doing with these new ones. But what about what they're going to do with the Dreadnought? Basically, the first act of the game, all the story missions and everything like that, they're like, hey, this is Act 1, and then we've got Act 2, and we've got the Dreadnought, and we've got searching for loot in this crazy hide-filled fortress. They're talking about exotic weapons that have 50 parts to it. Find 50 parts to it. It's like looking for the dead ghosts all over again. But you're going to be getting a weapon this time. Something awesome. Something tangible that you can use in the game. And when they talk about the Dreadnought, boy, does it sound a lot like Vault of Glass as far as secrets go. I think Bungie learned that players love the Vault of Glass. We had Vault of Glass Week just 2 weeks ago, and it was amazing because we're still finding secrets in the Vault of Glass. They're talking about platforms and hidden areas and hidden chests all over the place that you can kind of go through and explore. You can't use your speeders in the Dreadnought, but you're going to be on foot. You're going to be looking for jumps, and you're going to be looking for these out-of-the-way nooks and crannies to find the best loot possible. Basically, after you kill Oryx, go to town, find anything you can. Finally, you've got all your loot in there, then you can go ahead and go through the strikes. And strikes are being reimagined. There's going to be taken enemies in strikes. There's going to be multiple versions of strikes, just different enemy configurations and everything. My goodness, I'm pumped for the Taken King, if you can't tell. I have no idea how I'm going to be able to fit Destiny in with my normal life. I have no idea. How am I going to juggle work and all this fun, awesome stuff? The community of Destiny is going to be awesome. You know, it's never ever going to live up to all of the hype because you kind of build it up in your mind a little bit more than it can ever truly be in reality. But it's still going to be fun. And that's kind of the point. That's why I love Destiny, because it's fun. To me, it's just a lot of fun. And it's not that it's just fun with the game. It's fun with interacting with my friends online, and it's fun with interacting all of you on YouTube. So anyway, guys and gals, thank you so much for watching. If If you enjoyed the video, smack that like button. Subscribe to the channel to keep updated on daily Destiny content. Check out these awesome videos. Good luck with your raids, your drops, the Taken King, and I'll see you around in Destiny. Or